So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a closure wig, and I'm going to show you all the steps that I go through. So first of all, you would need a wig cap, a large or a medium, whichever fits your head. You would also need thread and a curved needle, a curved one specifically when you make a wig. Not a straight one, but a curved one is the most easiest one. You would also need an elastic band for the back of your wig. And you would also need a T-pin to hold down the bundles and the closure. You'd also need a headband. So I received eyelashes, a necklace, a card. Inside it didn't have anything. I just received it from Ali Pearl Hair, which I've got the hair from. So they just give me an empty one. And so here I have 16-inch closures. I have 3 bundles that I'm going to be using. A straight bundle, sorry. And then I have a 14-inch closure, which I'm going to also be using, a 3-part one. I have my wig cap, which I purchased from Amazon. I placed my wig cap onto my wig head, and I'm going to use those lines to guide me to put the closure in a perfect position. So I'm going to lay that down using a T-pin to place it down to make sure it's flat, to make sure everything is laid down. So as you can see, I put it in corners, I put it everywhere, literally everywhere possible. I have a lot, so I can use as much as possible. And it also helps when you're sewing down the closure down to the wig cap to keep it down flat instead of everything flying everywhere. Also needs scissors to cut the thread when you are sewing the closure down. I couldn't record myself sewing the closure down because I only have 2 hands. So I sewed the left and the right side separately, and then I pulled the closure back as far as possible, as flat as possible, to also do the back of the closure. That's my way of doing it. Some people do round the whole closure without doing side to side. I'm going to now sew down my 16-inch closure, one of my 16-inch closures, because I got 3. As you can see, this hair is from Ali Pearl Hair. This hair is not sponsored, and I recommend anybody to buy this hair. So I'm going to start from the ear. I'm going to do the bundles from ear to ear to ear to ear. Everyone does it differently. Some people start from the top, close to the closure. Some people start from the ear. Some people start from the very bottom of the wig cap, but I normally start from the ear. So now I'm going to start sewing down I already started. So I'm starting to sew down my bundles onto the wig cap. So literally you just put the needle under the bundles and out, under and out, under and out. And as you can see, I've also placed the T-pins on the bundles, so just to hold it up so I don't have to keep holding it when I start off the sewing. And I also placed that at the end of this bundle as well, which we'll see later on. This is just to hold it in place for me. See, the importance of T-pins, you wouldn't even know until you actually use it. Like, it's changed my life. So this angle I'm still continuing to sew, so I'm showing you all angles possible. So yeah, see, as you can see, I'm still sewing under the line of the wig cap. Apologies for the light. And there we go, you can see perfectly. It's literally under and over, under and over, under and over. So another tip, when you reach the end of the bundle and you're going on to another line, you can either fold it and then start another line on top of the one you just sewn, or you could cut it and make sure you are knotting it more than 2 times, because you want to secure the bundles onto the wig cap as tight as possible. So we've reached the last bit of this clip to show you how to sew the bundles. You can see it's so perfect. So now I'm at the top of my wig, and I'm just literally sewing down the last bit of my bundles, and I'm sewing it as close as possible to the closure. I'm not sewing it on because I don't want to ruin the closure in case I want to take this wig apart one day. So I'm sewing the bundles as close as possible to the closure, so like no gaps are showing. So here I'm going to wash the wig. I haven't cut anything. I haven't washed the wig cap. I haven't washed the lace. Just leaving it there until the very end. So the conditioner I'm going to be using is the TRESemmé Moisture Conditioner. And the shampoo I'm going to be using is the TRESemmé Volume Shampoo, which I also use on my head. So I've already started off by putting the shampoo onto the wig. So here I am going to be putting the shampoo onto the wig. A big dollop. I mean, you know, you're gonna wash this many times, so you just need it as clean as possible. And sometimes some wig companies, the wigs, their smell is just so terrible. Thankfully this wig didn't smell. I just needed to shampoo just to lay my hair down and everything. But it's always good to wash. You don't know where the wigs have been or the bundles have been. So I'm just going to, you've noticed that I've left the wig onto the wig stand and a wig head. It's just to have it up so I can have support to wash the hair instead of me having it in my hand all the time. You can also have the wig in your hand, but it's most important to have the wig upside, like you're wearing it. You shouldn't wash it like you're washing clothes. No, because it's going to become so messy. So I wash about 2 times, 3 times. Depends how I feel that day. But normally I'd wash it as much as possible. At least 3 times, no more than 3. Like, I find it so easy to just keep it up so I can, like, it's just so much easier, so much easier. Everyone has their different ways, but this is my way. So I'm just pouring some water on. Still continue to put water on, getting everything out. The only time I scrunch it up is at the ends, the very ends, but not too much, you know. This wig head was not behaving, like what? So now I'm putting conditioner onto the hair. I washed about 3 times now. So I'm putting conditioner onto the hair, a nice dollop size as much as possible. Everywhere around the hair. This is a 3-part hair, so I can just pull everything back. So here over here, using a wide tooth comb, just pulling the hair back, undoing knots, just to make sure the conditioner is everywhere in the hair. Making sure this is the time for me to make everything neat and just, I don't know, just to play around with the hair a bit. So yeah, if I need knots, I can get all out the comb at this point. This is just a time this is just a time for me just to waste time, just to, because you know you have to use conditioner, you have to leave conditioner in for a few minutes. I just use this time to play with the hair. So here I'm just parting the hair of how I want it to dry. So here I'm doing a side part, which I've never done before. So when it dries, when I'm washing it, I'm just going to leave in that position, and when it dries, I'm going to leave in that position. So I'm adding more conditioner. I'm doing as if it's gel. So after washing the hair, I just cut the wig cap just before I started the sewing. As you can see, don't cut the sewing because you're going to snip everything off. And then I also added my elastic band to fit around my head. So now we've reached the styling bit, the best bit ever. So I'm going to be using the hair straighteners from Babyliss, which I purchased years ago, and it's my own straighteners. I need to purchase a good one. So comment below good straighteners to use, which will straighten the hair perfectly. And then I'm also going to be using a heat protectant spray because I don't want to damage my hair. And I'm also going to be using a paddle brush to brush out the hair as I straighten the hair. So I'll start off by taking each piece and straightening the hair and brushing it with a paddle brush to make sure it is neat. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't do this throughout the whole hair. I got bored and I just wanted the hair to be straightened, so I did it as everywhere and instead of separating it, which I should be doing, but you know. So here I'm just going to be straightening the hair all over to make it look as neat as possible. I'm not going to wear the hair today, so it doesn't really matter, just to make it look neat. And then when I actually wear it, I'm going to make sure it looks neat when I straighten it anyway. So it's kind of a waste of time, but whatever. It's just for the video. So you have reached the end of my video, and I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was as easy as possible to follow. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.